Hello my country people, welcome back to the news. A Borno Assembly Speaker is currently under fire due to his calls for a new aircraft for Shettima amid this current hardship. And a lot of persons find this statement provoking and quite insensitive. Now, the presidency had said that Shettima could not proceed to the Commonwealth Summit in Samoa because a foreign object hit his plane during a stopover at the JFK airport in New York. But then, a a speaker, had noted that they should get a new plane, a new aircraft for Kasim Shettima. Bayo Ononuga, the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, had said that the windscreen of the cockpit was damaged during the incident, according to Mr. Bayo Ononuga, when they made that pronunciation. But then, Peter Obi, the former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, has described it as insensitive for anyone at all, to demand a new aircraft for the Nigeria's Vice President Kasim Shettima. And reacting to the incident, the Speaker of the Borno State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Lawan, stated that the life of Kasim Shettima was at risk as a result of the faulty presidential aircraft he always flew to represent President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on official engagement across the globe. And in a statement issued on Sunday, Lawan called on the federal government to speedily get Shettima a new aircraft to avoid any tragedy, adding that the aircraft designated to the vice president has had several incidents in recent times. However, Peter Obi, in a post on his X account on Tuesday, stressed that the speaker was unconcerned about the prevailing economic hardship confronting Nigerians, where he appealed to Mr. President, the Vice President, and public office holders that the country's present situation calls for only minimal and highly contributory inevitable travels. Peter Obi asserted that it is time to sit down and find solutions to all the challenges facing this country for the well-being of the people and the development of the country. Because that comment by that speaker was quite disturbing. It was quite disturbing. This shows how our political leaders really feel about us in this country. So at this point, the life of the vice president is in danger because of the fault recorded in his official aircraft. That at this point, the federal government doesn't need to purchase a new aircraft for the vice president. And the speaker's statement was quite insensitive. And he seems to be obviously unconcerned about the prevailing economic situation in the country. Now that Nigerians are facing intense, untold hardship at this moment, everybody is quite aware of this. It is not a secret. So such a provoking call coming from a person who probably is obvious of the fact that Nigeria at this present has continued to manifest every trait of a failed state, is still insisting. Nigeria that is among the world, in fact, Nigeria is among the 20th most hungry nations in the world. The 20th most hungry nations in the world. We are among one of the 11th worst governed African nations in the world. Our people are facing worsening mass poverty, extreme hunger, extreme starvation. Our nation remains the poverty capital of the world, with our per capita income crashing further from $1,700 in 2020, $1,700 in 2023 to $1,109 this year. So at this point, these issues should not be patronized by committed leaders. Our national electricity grid has so far collapsed 8 times this year alone. Only this year, our national grid has collapsed. Only for this year. We've not even talked about other times that it has collapsed. And they are still insisting that, they should buy a new aircraft for Kasim Shettima. So what is going on? What is really their priorities? Look at, because of this collapsing of the national grid, small-scale businesses have suffered great loss. households have been thrown into darkness. In the past 15 months, several businesses have closed down. Some persons have been devastated. Some persons are distressed due to the harsh economic environment in the country. So all these issues that is disturbing Nigeria, is it not what our leaders ought to be pondering on? This should occupy the minds of our leaders. All these things should occupy the minds of our leaders, rather than being consumed by their selfish desires for needless luxury at the expense of the people who are called to serve. So what does the Nigeria's vice president need a new private jet for? What does he need a new private jet for? The one that Tinubu bought. Can't they use it? Can't the both of them use it? Of what value? Of what value are these presidential and vice presidential trips adding to our present situation? It's not as if the president is traveling to other foreign nations to get ideas. They are not bringing any fresh ideas into the country. They are not. All this while they go out, they make several promises, talk about collaboration, business collaboration and all of that. How will foreign investors come into this country when the economic conditions is not favorable? How would this economy attract foreign investors when they know that even the ones here in this country are not thriving? Some of the foreign investors are leaving this country. Businesses are leaving the country. They are shutting down, winding up. So how come the vice president now needs a new private jet? At this point, a lot of things is really going on in Nigeria. Instead of the lawmakers to focus on the welfare of the masses, they are only focused on the vice president's travels and his trips and the private jet he should use and the jet they should buy for him. Because his jet had issues, they should get him a new one at the expenses of Nigerians. When people are suffering, people are crying that they are hungry. They've not even said, oh, how can we curb these sufferings? How can we, make the masses feel safe in this Tinubu's economy? How can we elevate the sufferings of Nigerians? Well, this speaker's call, I feel it's a call of an eye service, one who wants to do eye service, because I don't see any reason why this speaker, if he is quite sensible, if he is quite reasonable, will make this call at this present moment when Nigerians are suffering. They are saying they should buy new jets for Shettima. The one they've bought, the one Tinubu bought. Nigerians are yet to shake off from how much they spent in purchasing that jet, that presidential jet. Now they said they should buy another one for Shettima. So my country people, it seems that this country is a joke. I'm dropping here. Kindly share your thoughts on this in the comments section. Thank you.